Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and Destiny has been an interesting series, right? First announced in 2013, I believe, and released in 2014. The game was meant to be the first kind of massive multiplayer online game coming to consoles, and it was from Bungie, the creators of Halo, and everyone out there was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to get my hands on this!" And then they got it, and then it was kind of like, no. Right off the bat, Destiny had a problem. It was boring as hell. It was. I think we all can agree at this point. Destiny was boring as hell, but it got better over time. And then, a couple years later, they released Destiny 2. And that was a lot better than Destiny 1, but it was still bogged down by a lot of the same problems. It was a game that was going to evolve over time. But one of the major, massive problems that came out of Destiny 2's release, and even Destiny had the same problem, was the microtransactions. And this was coming right around the same time as the loot box controversy involving Battlefront 2. So a lot of people out there, were really making a lot of noise about this. And some of the things that we saw in Destiny 2 hurt it. I mean, hurt it in regards to its microtransaction system and how certain things broke down. It was just, it felt like not so much I don't know if I'd call it a pay to win, in my opinion, but definitely stuff that was publisher pushed. Right? Publisher pushed. And we can take a look here at the Metacritic for Destiny 2 and see that it has 85 based on 95 critics who gave it generally favorable reviews. And of course, these guys reviewed it in 2017 when it released, and that's that. Right? Not continual reviews and things like that. But what we have here, a user score based on 2,117 reviews is 4.9, a far cry from the 85 percentile that it got from the critics. And one of the reasons why, if we look here, the game got really tagged for the fact that it was boring. It was repetitive. People didn't really care for it. It's the same thing they said about Destiny in 2014. 3 years later, Destiny 2 got the exact same treatment. I mean, a few months ago, I picked up Spider-Man for the PS4, and with it, a pre-order bonus I didn't even know was a reality came with a hard copy, a sealed brand new hard copy of Destiny 2, along with my purchase of Spider-Man. And I was like, no, I already got it, and I just don't play it anymore. I don't have a use for this. Can I sell it? Oh, I get $3. Nah, I'll just give it away to somebody who might want it. That's how I view Destiny. That's how a lot of people are viewing Destiny. And a lot of that problem has to do with the publisher side of things. Microtransactions are always a publisher-pushed agenda. But Destiny might be finally on a new track to have an actual good Destiny. Now that, Bungie and Activision are parting ways. In a blog post that popped up yesterday, they said here, our Destiny from the Destiny development team. When we first launched our partnership with Activision in 2010, the gaming industry was in a pretty different place. As an independent studio setting out to build a brand new experience, we wanted a partner willing to take a big leap of faith with us. We had a vision for a Destiny that we believed in, but to launch a game of that magnitude, we needed the support of an established publishing partner. With Activision, we created something special. To date, Destiny has delivered a combination of over 50 million games and expansions to players all around the world. More importantly, we've also witnessed a remarkable community. Tens of thousands of Guardians strong rise up and embrace Destiny, to play together, to make and share memories, or to do truly great things that reach far beyond the game we share to deliver a positive impact on people's everyday lives. We've enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own, while Activision will increase their focus on their own IP projects. The planned transition process is already underway in its early stages, with Bungie and Activision both committed to making sure that the handoff is as seamless as possible. With Forsaken, we have learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from the great Destiny experience. Rest assured, there is more of that on the way. We'll continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements that lies beyond. And thank you so much. Blah 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 blah. So okay, Destiny is now free from Activision, or it will be soon enough. Why? Why is that? Why, after 8 years, is Bungie, for the second time, moving away from a massive publisher. Remember, they bought themselves free from Microsoft after making, I think it was Halo 3. They bought themselves free, or it might have been ODST. They were able to get themselves away from Microsoft and become their own thing. Then Activision came along, scooped them up in 2010, and they wanted to make Destiny. Well, obviously, the game is not doing as well as they want. Yes, it has a core, hardcore demographic, a hardcore base, but it's not reaching new players. And you could tell that when Activision was literally giving the game away with copies of Spider-Man on the PS4. That tells you something. That tells you that Destiny was not doing what they wanted it to do. And I guarantee you a lot of it had to do with the microtransactions. Or the fact the game is kind of boring. It was. I'm sure it's gotten better, and the raids have gotten better over time, but it should have been. They should have held off until it was a completed thing. Gamers have limited amounts of time to play games, and by limited, I mean we have one fucking life on this planet. You know what I mean? So they want to have something that's complete. They don't mind games that are coming out that are in the beta phase or early release or early access in order to help it grow. But when it's a full-fledged $60 purchase, they kind of look at it and go, no. And over the course of the past couple of years, we've seen a lot of high-profile games like this come out and tank. And so people, I think, legitimately just kind of gave up on it. They're going to go, I'll come back to it later on. I'll come back to it when it's good. Or they tell their friends, I had it in the beginning and then I just lost interest. And their friends go, no, it's good now. But that's not good enough. It shouldn't be good now. It should have been good then. It should have been good then. Destiny 2 was better functionally than the first game. They learned a lot and it showed, but they still ran into the same damn pitfalls. People wanted Halo, and they got a really crappy version of like World of Warcraft or some open world thing where it's just like the missions were just terrible. And honest to God, Red Dead Online suffers from the exact same problem. These services grow and they evolve, and I get that. But at the same time, you can see why people are kind of getting over this. And there's been a big, if you've noticed, a big ass resurgence of single player campaigns, of single player properties. We've seen this in 2018. Sony is now working on 3 exclusive single player campaigns they're hiring for right now, or they were hiring for recently. Because people want a single good experience. They want a complete game. You can see that pendulum coming back the other direction and them going, I don't know, I don't want to invest into this and then have to wait for it to get good. I can just play a single player campaign that's good and then get my enjoyment out of that and then maybe go to multiplayer if they have it. The pendulum's going back the other direction, and I would be very, very, very surprised if Destiny 3 does not have an offline single player campaign that is as compelling as Halo 3. And I think they're going to focus more on trying to tell a singular story and then open it up after the fact. But they have to do that. They've got to make, if they're going to do a Destiny 3, which who knows, they've got to do a lot better. And they've learned a lot with the Forsaken. They learned a lot with the Taken King. You know, you always hear this, but it's always like, well, okay. If you learned a lot from the first game and you made it eventually good, why is the second one running into the exact same pitfalls? And that's probably because of the company, probably because of Activision. So now that they're on their own, or they're going to be on their own, they're going to do roughly the same thing that IO Interactive is doing with Hitman, focusing on their core game, making it accessible to the players, and giving them what they want without massive publisher oversight. And if that's the case, if that's what they're pushing for, then I say more power to them and support that shit. If they come out and they say, we're removing microtransactions once it becomes ours, we're removing the glimmer stuff or whatever it is, we're making it more focused on the single player aspect of it, or at least a good story, we're beefing up our multiplayer, we're making it this and this and this and this and this, then I think they can probably win back a lot of the audience that's already left. But otherwise, if they keep on the same path, no. Destiny is going to be dead. And we're going to hear about a new IP from Bungie A new radically magnificent, game-changing first-person shooter from Bungie. That will be single player only with, single player campaign with just standard multiplayer. I think that's what's going to be coming next, but I could be wrong. And I leave it to you, your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. My name is Matt Jarbo. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.